Welcome everyone in live to the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. It's a Wednesday night, and that means Ruff Neck Madness Money Racing. But tonight, it's back and live on the PGR eSports Network. This is season number 2, race number 3. And we are in the Xfinity Series cars here tonight as we go 60 laps, 45% fuel, no fast repairs, fixed setups, and one green-white checkered if we need them. So we want to thank Ruff Neck Racing for having PGR back here on Wednesday nights to broadcast some of the best racing here of the week, as all these drivers right now getting their qualifying laps in here tonight. This is Mark Von Dell on screen, and he will look to see if he can grab one of those top 15 cash spots here tonight. And we'll get to that here in just a little bit. We bring this screen down, and that is Stephen Miles there out there on the track. And right now, Garrett Maines, your provisional pole sitter here in the Ruff Neck Racing Money Racing Superspeedway League. So it is sure to be a good one tonight. Some heavy hitters here on the racetrack. We're hoping we get a lot of viewers here tonight, because this is practical de facto all-star race with some of the names here tonight, like Maines and Hill, Niegels, Malik Ray in the field as well. Matt Lee's up front. I believe he might have a win. We'll get to the point standings here as well, along with the schedule and the format here in RNR. Some couple changes here over the last week or two, and the boys up here, James Wagoner doing the race control here tonight. So looking forward to doing a good job with him here tonight, and seeing if this race will be one for the ages. As point standings currently, Matt Lee sits atop the board with one win here out of the first 2 races. John Ward currently sits in second. Freddie Bazinez with the other win sits in third. Michael Guest, Christopher Melton tied in 4th. Daniel Eberhard, Axel Smith are tied in 6th. Austin Green, Cody Niegels tied in 8th. And Daniel Falkingham, Malik Ray round out your top 10 in the point standings. So we're going to go down to the grid as these drivers get ready to grid and go 60 laps here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway. We'll bring up some more of that information here shortly as well. And we'll have some driver cams here tonight. So looking forward to what should be a really good race here tonight. A couple cars still out there on the racetrack. See Kyler Wynn having some fun after his qualifying lap, as he actually goes P1 to the top of the board in his factory setups Chevrolet. So Kyler Wynn looks like he's going to steal that pull away from Garrett Maines here tonight. And we're waiting momentarily as all these cars now going to be gridding on the speedway. And I believe there's a little warm-up, so a little bit warm-up here tonight. So a warm-up in play. So these cars getting back out on that track to get a couple laps in here before we go green here tonight. This is Caden Diedrich here in the 24. Good to see him out here on the racetrack. It'll be a 5-minute warm-up here tonight. And we will, while we have that time, it'll be a good time here to bring in some of that information to you guys here. So this is the 3rd race of the season. And we are going 11 races in total. Week number 1 was the Next Gen, and week number 2 was Trucks at Daytona. Here tonight, Xfinity at Talladega. May 7th will be ARCA at Daytona. May 14th will be Xfinity at Talladega. The 21st of May will be Next Gen at Daytona. On the 28th, it'll be Trucks at Talladega. June the 4th, it'll be Xfinity at Daytona. June the 11th, ARCA at the New Atlanta. Trucks at Talladega will be on June 18th. And it'll all culminate, your championship race, on June 25th in the Next Gen at Daytona. So a lot of racing still here in the Ruff Neck Racing season. And season 2 sure started off with a bang. Freddie Bazinez and Matt Lee both have wins, and those are going to be ever so important. These drivers still here. Getting some practice laps in before they grid here tonight. And right here you see a couple drivers there getting warmed up. Freddie Bazinez, Tucker McClendon. Alex Hill out here on the racetrack in the 77. And like I said, some big names here tonight. Should be what a really good race. Alex Hill actually practicing a green flag stop there, as is Nick Seipel. So these guys anticipating some green flag stops here tonight. Michael Barksdale on track in the 96. Had some unlucky events happen on Monday night, the PGR Light Series. But here he comes on a Wednesday night, and all these drivers seeking top 15 here tonight. Unprecedented payout positions here tonight. And we'll go through those right now as we bring up that. And it'll be a top 15, so first place here tonight. And that is dependent on 47 drivers. We'll take home $200. Second place, $175. Third place, $152. Fourth place and fifth place, $100. Sixth and seventh place will each take home $70. Eighth, ninth, and 10th will take home $50. And going back with their entry fee back, which is $27, we'll go through 11th through 15th here tonight. So that is where we stand here on Wednesday night. And trying something new out. I like it. It's going to pay out some more positions. I'm sure some of the top guys, not too thrilled. But, hey, got to give back sometimes to a lot of these guys that are coming on in and obviously still getting their feet wet here in the money racing community. Someone like Michael Barksdale. They're going to have a really good shot here tonight at a payout. And we'll see how hard the racing is for 15th position, because that is not usual here in money racing. Usually paying out the top 5, 6, possibly 7. But 15 payout positions here tonight. Devin Ray asking about laps here tonight. We're going 60 laps. There is no fast repair. 60 laps. There's no stage, no fast repair. I believe 45% fuel. Yep, 45% fuel, Devin. And one green-white checkered. So only one green-white checkered here tonight. So all these cars already queued. It'll be Kyler Wynn on the pole here tonight. And we'll get going here in just a few minutes. And we'll take a quick break. Be right back here on the PGR eSports Network. Back here live at Talladega. Had some technical difficulties here to start tonight's race, and some computer updates, some NVIDIA updates, and sometimes when that happens, you got a couple problems there. But, hey, we're ready to go here. And Kyler Wynn, Garrett Maines are going to lead us down to the green flag here tonight. Not going to have too much time here to go through the qualifying order, but we're going to go through it just at least on the screen. You can see it right there. We're going to go through it pretty quick. I'm not going to be able to mention anyone. But there tonight is your starting grid. And, man, it's going to be a big starting grid here tonight. 51 drivers on tonight's grid. Actually, 49. A couple, obviously, not in the race. James Wagoner, Ron Morris. So we're going to get set to go. Green flag racing here. Kyler Wynn, Garrett Maines set to bring them to the green here at Talladega on a Wednesday night in the Geico restart zone. And the green flag in the air here at Talladega. Kyler Wynn, Garrett Maines here at the front of the pack. It's Wednesday night. It's Ruff Neck Madness Money Racing. This is season number 2, race number 3. Matt Lee and Freddie Bazinez, your winners in week 1 and 2. Who will get to victory lane tonight? We're going to find out after 60 laps here in the Xfinity Series car. All these drivers here tonight. 45% fuel. They're going to have no fast repairs here tonight. So no fast repairs. They're always getting racy on the top side. And that is going to be, Malik Ray, close call for him. They're going to, I believe, wrecking on farther back. I believe they are wrecking. We'll find out. Davenport off the track. Barksdale as well. The first caution of the night here. And that is on lap number 2. So kind of like last night, we're going to get a caution here just like RMR. And RNR are going to get that early caution as well. And we'll go back there, I believe. We'll see which car that was, but yellow flag out on the racetrack here to start tonight's race. And we're going to go back about, I believe, Tucker McClendon. He might not be involved, but he is definitely near that accident. Happened a little bit farther back in the pack. So we're going to rewind this one here. I believe Mike Davenport possibly involved. And there is where it is going to start. And here on the racetrack, Mike Davenport in the 55. You could see the flames coming out of these pipes. He's going to come down, I believe, not clear. The 98 gets into the 55, the 87 as well. That is going to bring out our first caution here of the night. Damage there to the 55 and the 98. 98, Michael Barksdale. So we had just talked about his bad luck on Monday night. And Michael Barksdale here in a wreck just like on Monday. We're going to zoom in just a little bit, see if we can figure out what happened here. Mike Davenport, Mike Davenport not clear. He comes down and turns himself off the front end of Michael Barksdale. Miles Bagley comes in. And carnage here early, a lot of damage with no fast repair. Michael Barksdale's hood's going to come off right there, and not a good start for those guys. They have a long way to go, but luckily some time here tonight to hopefully fix those race cars. As Kyler Wynn stays out front of Garrett Maines here on lap number 4. So if you're just joining us, we did get to go through the point standings here earlier. Matt Lee up on top of the board through 2 races. He has 24 points. And remember, here in RNR, you have to take in the top 10 to score points. So to have 24 points through a couple of races, Matt Lee strong here out of the gate with that win. Both top fives. And he's only led 5 laps, but it doesn't matter. Matt Lee sits atop the board. John Ward sits in second, 12 points. And he has started 2 races, 1 top 5. He's led about 16 laps, so John Ward has had some success here in the last couple weeks. Freddie Basnet's the other winner. He is in the 3rd position right now with 10 points. He's only led a couple laps here, but Freddie Basnet's, tell you what, right there, he is tough to beat on Monday nights as he has won another PGR Light Series race. This will be his last season in that series on Monday nights. But Freddie Basnett is one of the guys to beat here tonight, and we'll see him right here on the racetrack. Michael Guest and Christopher Melton, both these guys, 8 points apiece. They are tied in 4th, and we have a 2-way tie in 6th as well. Daniel Eberhardt 3rd, and Axel Smith. So long way to go in the season, but points are at a premium, especially when you need to place in the top 10 of the race to get those valuable playoff points. Next week's race on May 7th, we will head to Daytona International Speedway. That race will be in the ARCA car. So ARCA car at Daytona 1 week from tonight. So make sure you join us then as well. Carrying a couple onboards here tonight. One of those guys right here, that is Jeff Merck in the 60 out of Punta Gorda, Florida. There is Jeff Merck right there on the right-hand side of your screen as he's looking to get the job done here tonight. And also carrying an onboard screen here tonight, that's going to be Ambrose Knabel from Gold Bar, Washington. And great caption right there. Even a blind squirrel finds a beer once in a while. And that would be Ambrose right there of Blind Squirrel Racing. We'll see if Ambrose can make some noise here on a Wednesday night. So back up front, Kyler Wynn, your leader. First caution of the night flew at lap number 2. Barksdale, Davenport, Miles Bagley all involved in that accident. As the pace car lights are off as we enter turn 3 here at Talladega. And remember that start-finish line closer to turn number 1. So an unusual spot on the racetrack for a start-finish line. But that's how it's been here at Talladega, and it has created finishes for the ages. And that is a long way from the exit of turn number 4 through the trioval and what would normally be the start-finish line and all the way after pit exit. So there is a lot of racing once you get out of turn 4 as this pace car is going to dive off onto the pit lane once again. We're going to restart here for the second time tonight. It's Wynn, Maines, Falkingham, Niegels, and Lee, your current top 5. As we shift from second here into third and beyond, right in the Geico restart zone. Green flag back into the air on RNR Wednesday. Good jump here from the outside lane. That's Niegels pushing Garrett Maines here tonight. Right behind Niegels, that is going to be Scott Warren in the 76. So Scott Warren up here in the front of this pack. Daniel Falkingham, one of the guys, the favorites here tonight. Second line here on the bottom of the racetrack in the 47. He's being pushed by Matt Lee. So right now, strong contingent of cars here in the top 5. A big field here tonight if you're just joining us. 49 cars all on the racetrack. The flyer based off 47. So there will be 15 payout positions here tonight. Also a mystery bonus, I believe, is actually just going to become a spin the wheel after the race here tonight. So A lot to look forward to here on Wednesday night. And tomorrow night, RNR filling in for PGR on a Thursday night. So looking forward to watching that one as well. That'll be carried by Ninth Gear Broadcasting tomorrow night. So check those guys out, and some more R&R action in just 24 hours from now as the 82 Kyler Wynn goes to the middle. He's going to come back down. Here comes that 20. That 20 right there on the top of the racetrack, getting pushed by Malik Ray. I believe that's Freddie Bazinez in the yellow and black, sporting a little different paint scheme and number than we are used to here in the Xfinity car. And Freddie Bazinez teamed up with Malik Ray here tonight. Three wide here early. Three takers here in the outside lane. Three more coming here, led by Alex Hill a little bit farther back in Brock Westmoreland. And these guys here mid-pack coming up. That is Nash Brambilla, Team PGR. Those two drivers right behind the 77 of one of the best to do it, Alex Hill. Good to see him out here on the racetrack. Doesn't race as often as he used to. But Hill getting involved here early as we fan out three wide all the way through this pack. I'll tell you what. You're tuning in here tonight. This is my favorite car by far. And for some reason, we've gotten away from running it. And it could be netcode related, but I'll tell you what. To me, this car, this package, this track is just, to me, the most exciting racing you're going to get on the iRacing service on a super speedway. It's Freddie Bazinez now to the point. Malik Ray leading that top lane. He looks to clear to Garrett Maines here in the middle of the racetrack. He can't do it. Cody Neagle's not pushing too hard right now. Malik Ray is clear. Will he come down? He will. That'll leave Nick Seipel on the top. Man, he left that door open for a split second to Alex Hill. You do not want to do that. Alex Hill will take that spot. They file back in line. 3 by 3, almost all the way through the pack. Here comes Nick Seipel battling back here in the top lane with Alex Hill pushing. And man, we got to get a shot here from Warren, as Warren here in the middle of this pack right here. And that is the middle here at Talladega. Nowhere to go. Cars on all sides, behind and your front to your left and to your right. Here's Joe Thompson right behind Warren. Michael Guest here on the bottom. Michael Guest has really come on strong, especially on Thursday nights in PGR. He finally gets that elusive PGR win. He's been on the podium. Michael Guest been doing some damage here. Brian Hennings out of California for VRX PGR. And the 74 machine trying to get the job done here tonight. Chris Melton of RNR, Ruff Neck Racing out of Longwood, Florida, piloting his 52 Ford here tonight. Right behind Nash Brambilla as these guys look to make some moves here in that third lane. 11 of 60 here in the books early. Malik Ray, now your leader here up in the front. He is sporting that number 1 here tonight in that Camaro. Malik Ray, eNASCAR Coke Series driver, along with Daniel Falkingham, as these guys try to make some noise here tonight. So far, really clean since we had that caution on lap number 2. These drivers getting it done right now. 3 wide, not flinching. Garrett Maines out of line just a little bit. Freddie Bazinez leads the bottom lane right behind Kyler Wynn. Malik Ray, Garrett Maines there in the middle. Brock Westmoreland now getting a little feisty on the top behind Alex Hill. And that top lane just cannot get back here to the leaders. We'll see if they can get those temps and push up here to the front. Jared Haynes in the field tonight for the Jack Shack. They're in the number 7 Toyota Supra in the middle of the pack as well. With 45% fuel, you're going to expect these guys not be too far off. Green flag stops here tonight as we have a wreck here in the front of the field. It's Garrett Maines involved, Heath Job. And caution is out for the second time here tonight. Garrett Maines involved in this one. And we'll have to go back and check that one out. The second caution here of the night. You see Garrett Maines right there getting turned. We'll see what causes this one. We'll get here in a chopper view as we keep an eye on that one car, pushing the one. So the blue one car here kind of gets out of, ooh, yeah, Garrett Maines is going to go up to take the run. Alex Hill. I'm not sure if Alex didn't want to let him do that. Oh, they're going to morph right in one another. That's that neck code I was talking about. Garrett Maines involved, as is Kyler Wynn, Cody Niegels, Daniel Falkingham. Lee bails here to the apron all the way to the wall. Matt Lee does a great job of staying out of this one. But left rear damage to Garrett Maines. Man, Jeff Merck's going to have to slow down. Heath Job involved. And we'll go see exactly what happened here. So we'll get on here with Alex Hill. And try to figure out and dissect this one. Garrett Maines looks to come up the racetrack to take that run. And it looks like Brock had pushed Alex Hill and moved Alex Hill up the racetrack a little bit. When Alex went to push Garrett, they're going to net code right into one another. And that pushes the one down the racetrack in the Neagles into win. And that's the one thing. Like I said, this is my favorite car in package. But it does lend itself to net code. Unfortunate situation there here up in the front of the racetrack. Could have been a lot worse here. As all these cars now taking service here. As they're going to fill up with Sunoco racing fuel. Malik Ray looked like to be the first one off pit lane. So 15 of 60 here in the books for race number 3 of season 2 of Ruff Neck Racing Madness Money Racing. So we will be right back here live to Talladega after the break. Back here, back here live at Talladega Superspeedway. 15 to 60 in the books here for Ruff Neck Racing. Sponsored by James Wagner's Welding, 336-670-3427. See Nash Brambilla here on the racetrack. As we are going to try to get a word with Nash Brambilla. And we'll bring him here into the booth momentarily. We'll bring him on down here. Nash Brambilla in the 23. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Not doing too bad here. Trying to find some guys in Discord here tonight. No one over there in RNR. So hopping over here really quick to see how so far your night's going. Looking pretty good, sitting here in about top 10 right now. Let us know about the racing here tonight. Looks like it's pretty good racing, 3 wide here in the Xfinity Series car.
Yeah, it's been good. Worked with some teammates. We've been going 3 early, and we've been cooking our way up there. Started in the back, and me and Brock are up in the top 10 now. So it's been a good start for Team PGR, and we look forward to keep going to the front and try to get a top 10 out of this.
Yeah, it looked like some net code there at the front of the field with, I believe that was Garrett Maines and Alex Hill. Is that something to be worried about here tonight? I know we love this car and this package, but it does lend itself to some net code here and there. And it was that, was that the call there by race control?
Yeah, I think so. I know Sean Hill, he was blinking about 80 times before the race even started, so he's had some connection issues, so I'm sure that played a major role into that net code. But yeah, other than that, just people are trying to play it safe and get there to the end, and we'll see if we can have some green flag action here.
All right, Nash. Well, hopefully we'll be talking to you later, not only on that podium, but maybe in victory lane. Good luck the rest of the night.
Yep, have fun on the broadcast.
That was Nash Brambill in the 23, trying to get it done for Team PGR tonight. As we get set to go back, green flag racing here. It's going to be Malik Ray, Nick Seipel teammates now as well. Nick Seipel, a new addition to Malik Ray's team. So these guys up front, teammates, Brock Westmoreland third. Fourth right now, Scott Warren in fifth, Freddie Bazines. The pace car dives off into pit lane. This will be the third restart here of the night. And we are about to crank it up here at Talladega. The energy in the air. Malik Ray back on the gas here in the green flag. Out once again. Two by two through the field. You see some flames out of the pipe of the one. So some braking here going on. A little bit of checking up. And caution has flown. Caution has flown again. It could be for something a little bit farther on back. Osborne off the track, as is Davenport. So we'll get a report on that in just 1 minute. Reports Jeremy Osborne involved. Yeah, Osborne going to come down the racetrack and turn his car right in front of Garrett Maines. Gets into Kyler Wynn. There goes Davenport. More trouble for the 55. Osborne up the track. Gets right into Jeff Merck. Heavy damage to Merck there. And we will rewind this one more time and look at it from far chase here. Garrett Maines goes to the middle of the racetrack. He is going to go to that middle lane. I'm not sure if Osborne didn't see him. We'll see whose fault it was here. I mean, Garrett's coming up the racetrack quite a bit there. Actually, almost Garrett Maines maybe could be at fault for this one. It looked like he had plenty of room. Comes up the racetrack, gets into the side of the 41 of Osborne there. Sends Osborne up the track into Jeff Merck. So, wow, that one is a head scratcher there. If, in fact, that's on Garrett Maines. It would be a rare mistake there out of the number one, but third caution now here of the night. And we will rack them up one more time. Malik Ray still your leader. Brock Westmoreland, a Team PGR now to second. Be Nick Seipel in third. Scott Warren doing a great job here tonight. Been about the top 5, top 10 all night. Here, Scott Warren in the 76. Right behind him, Freddie Bazin as your current top 5. And Michael Barksdale making me laugh again. This is deja vu just a couple days ago. Michael Barksdale back in the chat way too early. Some more bad luck this week for Barksdale, and you got a feel for the man, was trying to get some laps logged here tonight. Gets in the first incident, and unfortunately looks like he's going to be sitting on the sidelines for the rest of this one. And while we have a minute, we're going to join the race control here. Race control. James Wagoner, you have a copy.
I got you.
All right, man. Well, hey, it's been, I believe, 3 cautions here so far tonight, but I'll tell you what, we had some really good green flag racing, 3 wide. Tell us what you're seeing out of these guys here tonight.
They're at it. I mean, it's looking pretty good so far, besides the cautions, but I think it's going to clean up a little bit.
Well, absolutely. We saw a few incidents there. We were curious up here in the tower how that one was called. Is that going to go on Garrett Maines, or will that one go on Jeremy Osborne?
That was going to go on Jeremy. Garrett looked like Garrett was holding his. He went 3 wide, was holding his line, and Jeremy sort of kept down on him. So I give it to Jeremy.
So Jeremy Osborne here with the penalty, 19 of 60 in the books. Heath Job up here as well. I know Heath in this race had some more bad luck, it looked like, here out there. Heath, tell us about that.
Yeah, apparently Chase was, Mastretta was behind me. Apparently he didn't get the message with all the carnage and the smoke, and he just stayed in it and clipped me. So yeah, night's done early, so kind of a same day, different, outcome that you expect, but I know it's going to be the same outcome every time.
Well, hopefully one of these times it's a much better outcome as the pace car lights do go out this time by. So we'll get back to green flag racing and let you guys go back to work here up in the tower. And hopefully we'll get another word with you guys here shortly after some really good green flag racing. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
That was race control James Wagoner and Heath Job now out of this race. So good to hear from those guys here tonight. Heard from Nash Brambilla as well. As Malik Ray, Brock Westmoreland will bring us to green here next time by live here on the PGR eSports Network. We'll take a quick pause here and we'll be right back live here. Back here live at Talladega. It's going to be the 1 of Malik Ray, the 4 of Brock Westmoreland as they approach the Geico restart zone. We'll get going back here. Green flag at Talladega. Ruff Neck Racing, 20 of 60 in the books. And let's get it on as Malik Ray gets a great start here. Right behind him, he's got 2 teammates, so he's sitting comfortably up here in the front right now. Warren and Westmoreland are going to have to get connected here on that top lane. And drifting back just a little bit as the bottom lane gets a surge here to start. And this new team looking really good as Seipel goes up to the middle. And that'll pull Brock Westmoreland and Warren back up here. And they're going to get a surge here. Down the Alabama Gang super stretch we go. Seipel looking to clear his teammate Malik Ray. He does. Will he come down is the question. And he will. Back linked up is the 75 with his teammates right in tow. Nash Brambilla not too far off 4th in row on the bottom. Matt Lee now creeping back up 3rd in line in that middle lane. So action picking up here Michael Guest now joins the top 10 party. He is 4th now in line on the top, right behind Matt Lee. Chris Melton inching closer to that top 10, might be 10th right about now. And that Ruff Neck Racing man in the 52 out of Florida. Can he get the job done in his series as he works on the series with the series owner, James Wagoner? We are now 3 wide. 3 wide, I believe Steven Miles is going to make us 3 wide here as he puts his car into that 3rd lane. Guest is going to go up as well. Here comes the 74 of Brian Hennings, the PGR driver, looking to get to the front. Warren's going to go out. Will Brock go out as well? He will not. He'll stay. Bazinez to the middle. A big run here on the top. Steven Miles Scott Warren draws even with the leaders, Bazinez and Ray. Michael Guest doing a great job. Down the backstretch they go. 3 by 3 now, just like we had earlier, and business is picking up. I'd love to see if we can get to a green flag stop here tonight. That sure would make this race really exciting. Here comes Cody Neagles. He's getting back involved. Joe Thompson as well in the Skoll. 33. Here he comes in that Chevrolet. So some new names, new blood coming up here to the front right now as we stay 3 wide. And you can really get a good viewpoint of it here as all these cars roar down the backstretch here at Talladega. As Warren still trying to clear, he cannot. Bazinez leads that middle lane. And this team right now is looking really sharp. Malik Ray, Bazinez, and Seipel have the front of this pack on gridlock. But hey, there's a guy waiting right there that's hungry. His name, Nash Brambilla. As we had a word with him earlier, Cody Neagles. He is one of the GOATs here. Cody Neagles also trying to get the job done, and this would be a big win for Cody. Cody has not won as much as he used to. He has won a couple races here of late, but he's looking for that big win, a PGR win, an RNR win. Can he get this one done here tonight? Cody Neagles, man, he's always got to be amongst a handful of drivers that are favorites to win each and every one of these money races as we stay 3 wide. We got a single car file out back a little bit more. I'm going to go back here, I believe, to Tucker McClendon. Ambrose Kniebel, John Ward. I believe you got Chris McCullough, Jeremy Osborne. Some of these guys just kind of riding around, letting these guys have some 3 wide fun here. They're going to sit out in the back of this pack and ride this one out. Alex Hill now here in the back as well, as he had that penalty there earlier. So Alex Hill trying to make a comeback to get to the front, but in no hurry to do so right now. The way these guys are racing hard up front, they're going to think better of it as we go back up front. Brock Westmoreland now leads that top lane as Nick Seipel is able to clear to the middle. With this big of a pack, ooh, wow, here we go, 4 wide. 4 wide at Talladega. It's going to be Guest leading that charge here in that 4th lane. 4 wide here in turn number 1. Guest is making it work. Kyler Wynn is helping push him here to the front. Here comes the 47 as well. That's Falkingham. 4 wide down the backstretch. And this doesn't get much better than this. Shades of Friday night, SSK Jimmy Crow. 4 wide all the way around. Let's see how long these guys can make this work. They could maybe make it a whole lap and then some. That would be great. But now only 2 cars in that 4th lane. Whoop, they're going to have more. Bagley looks to go up. I think he thinks better of it. Wynn gets back down, so it's Michael Guest, the lone man out there, but it looks like he has some help coming from a little bit farther behind. Wynn jumps back out. Here's Daniel Eberhard. They're locked back up. We stay 4 wide for the 2nd consecutive lap here. Man, this is awesome racing. And this is a view from Daniel Eberhard. And this is 4 wide as you watch this guy. And he has nowhere to go. Can't go down, can't go up. You got to hold that line. As Daniel Eberhard holding that line right now. Here comes Daniel Falkingham. And he made a peek up to the top. He is going to stay down. This is some wild racing right now. Let's get in that chopper cam. That is going to give you a great shot of these cars dancing around here. We are going to continue in the 4 wide. Here comes Dylan Jones. And this is some of the best racing I have seen in quite some time. And man, ooh, Kyler went off the wall. He's going to save it. Eberhard Jones going to get back down. They're not going to let Kyler win in. We stay 4 wide. Brian Hennings trying to make it work here up front. Brian Hennings, Miles Bagley. 4 wide. We stay 4 wide. How many laps are they going to hold this? And everyone here tonight watching this race, all the fans in the stands getting all their money's worth here tonight. Bagley up into the wall. He's hopefully going to be able to save it. I don't know if he's going to. He does. Bagley, though, is going to have to drop back to the pack. Right front damage to Bagley. We stay 3 wide. Or, sorry, 4 wide. And Brian Hennings now the Lone Ranger 4 wide. We'll see if anyone picks him up. Looks like Kyler Wynn's had enough. He's going to go up. And this is just incredible that these guys are able to hold this. Man, if we can get to a green flag stop, it would make it even that much better. Brock Westmoreland comes down the racetrack just a little bit. As Henning's still the lone guy out there in 4, and he's going to cycle to the back. Malik Ray, your leader here on the bottom. Ooh, Henning scrapes off the wall, hits the wall again. He saves it. The cars fan out, and we stay green. So him and Bagley, the last 2 cars in that 4th lane, and they could not hold it any longer. Bazin is now to the lead. Man, I was holding my breath just watching these guys. Can only imagine what it was like white knuckling it there. 4 wide with no room for error, and we got to applaud these guys here tonight. What a job well done. And if they can continue this is going to be one of the best races we have seen, especially with 47 cars out there on the racetrack. And I'm getting excited because this is the car, this is the package I love. I've talked about it, and it is proving why. Yes, you deal with some netcode here and there, but hey, you get the best racing. And tonight we're seeing that as we are just past halfway point. 32 of 60 in the books. As soon we'll be counting them down to the checkered flag here tonight. Right now we're going to be counting them down to some green flag stops. The longer this goes, with that 45% fuel, these cars are all going to have to get ready to get on pit lane. And I'm telling you what, it is going to be chaos here tonight. On pit lane, Nash Brambilla off pace. And he is going to nosedive through the field. Somehow he got pushed out of line here on the bottom. Nash Brambilla, caution out. Caution is out. As Mark Vondell has crashed. And, oh, man, I would have loved to see these guys get to a green-white. Or, sorry, green flag stop here tonight. We're going to go back here to the incident on the racetrack. Man, some more netcode, I think, with Alex Hill. I mean, he's just blinking out, and you could see there is nobody on the screen. And then he's going to blink back in right behind the 59. There he is. And if you keep watching it here, he blinks back out. No one behind the 59. And he's going to keep getting closer and closer to Vondel. And they're going to netcode with one another. And that's what ultimately brings out the caution as Alex Hill comes back up into the racetrack and turns Mark Vondel. And a big break, really, for Nash Brambilla, because he was way off the pace when he got knocked out of line. We'll try to go back. Try to find out here what happened to Nash. Here we go in real time. Watch the car, second line here on the bottom. It's Nash Brambilla. Ooh, yeah, Cody Neagles. Right in the back of the 23. Turns 23 down onto the apron. And Nash Brambilla did a great job of saving it. And right away, there's that caution. And Nash Brambilla survives it. So like we said, a big break to the 23. And we go back up front as they all are coming down pit lane. They're going to pack these cars full of Sunoco Racing Fuel, possibly some right or left side tires, and hopefully not sliding that box and hopefully not speeding here on pit lane. But, man, what a great run. I would love to applaud these drivers for that. Well, Infinite Frost, well, that was going to be caution for Alex Hill coming back up onto the racetrack, taking out the 59. I think he's having some connection issues here tonight. So that's what brings out that caution. 34 of 60 in the books. And a good one so far here tonight. And we'll take a quick second. We're going to try to get an interview with some drivers here tonight. Stand by here live on the PGR eSports Network. Back here live on the PGR eSports Network, and I am joined by a host of drivers here in the chats. Daniel Falkingham, Garrett Maines, Jeff Merck, Caden Dietrich, and Matthew Lee. Matt Lee, I see you right now up there in the top three. So far, how's that night going? How's this Xfinity Series car feeling out for you here at Talladega?
Yeah, just trying to stay out of trouble. That's all you can do right now. Mind what line you're in. Been pretty tight racing, so ain't really much room to make any mistakes on your lines.
Well, Daniel Falkingham, we see you here in the top five as well. And walk us through, man. We saw some great four-wide racing for multiple laps in a row, and you guys were able to keep it together. And that's something we don't usually see here, but some awesome four-wide racing.
Yeah, man, I'll give it to everybody. That was a lot of fun, and for someone who's probably like one of the biggest haters of this car, I will say that was quite a lot of fun. Probably the most fun run I've had in this car probably ever. So, but I'm glad we get myself and Garrett can navigate our way back through the field right there after we got some nose damage in one wreck where Garrett got turned, and we had to get that all patched up, and we were able to come back right back through the field, and we're back in contention. So, no, it's been a good time out here, and hopefully we can finish it off strong.
Well, Garrett Maines, we've seen you go up and down all around here tonight. Man, what's it going to take to keep that Wigan water car here on all four tires and get to the end of this one?
I don't know, man. It's been about a month of, starting at the front, getting wrecked, coming back to the front and getting wrecked. So, we've already done that twice tonight. Maybe maybe we're done. We'll see. But it's been a lot of fun, as Daniel was saying. You know, the racing in this has been an absolute blast, and this is the first time that I've ran the Xfinity car in probably a month. So maybe this is where we turn our luck around.
Yeah, it's my favorite car, my favorite package, and yeah, it gets netcoded here and there, but guess what? It's proven to be some of the best racing here on the service. Jeff Merck, we saw you getting a little bit something there on that last run. Walk us through that here before the green flag.
Yeah, Garrett went up the middle 3 wide, and the car to the outside of him just like turned down into him like he wasn't even there, and he just came back up the track and pinched me in between him. I was between him and the wall and just destroyed the left front. So just typical Merc luck, you know. I just can't. I'm a magnet for it. So we'll just keep going down, trying to get as much of it fixed as we can. A couple more cautions, I'll have it all fixed, so hopefully they'll keep crashing. So that's all I can hope for.
All right, guys, we'll get back to racing. Hopefully we're talking to one of you later in Victory Lane.
Appreciate it.
And some awesome words there by those guys. We get ready to go back green here at Talladega. Malik Ray, Matt Lee going to lead them down here into the Trialville once again. 25 laps to go. We're going to have 24 laps to go here at the line. Green flag back into the air here at Talladega. Malik Ray is been protected all night by his teammate Nick Seipel. These two doing a great job to stay up front and keep it up there the whole race. We'll see if they can keep that up. Matt Lee now on that outside looking to get to the front as Brock Westmoreland in the 4 is doing just that for Matt Lee, but that's going to separate Matt Lee from his teammate Garrett Maines. Let's see if those two can get linked up. Cody and Eagles behind Garrett. Brock gets pushed out of line. Brock's going to get sent right to the back if he can't get in. He cannot. And, man, wow, what a move there for Garrett Maines. That's going to get him another spot, but Brock's going to have some help here, I believe, coming in that third lane. Michael Guest, we'll see. Nope, they're going to split him. 4 wide we go. Guest win here on the top. Back to 4 wide racing. Man, it didn't last too long. 2 to 3, now 4 wide. And, man, this is turning out to be one of the best races we have seen in some time. Michael Guest now. He's going to get left out there. Brock Westmoreland in the 3rd. Where's Wynn going to go? Brock's going to actually get some help here. So Brock's going to file in line. Brock's going to get picked up by the 54. Not sure they can split him again here in this position. So now we have a lot of cars there in that 3rd lane. We'll see if they can make it work. We will jump back in here with live race control. James Wagner, Heath Job also joining up here. Guys, man, this has been one heck of a race. I love it. This is my favorite car, my favorite package, and it's proven tonight that, albeit the net code that we get here and there, it's the most racy car here in the money racing community.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, 3 wide, 4 wide. I believe that 4 wide lasted about 4 laps, and hey, I mean, that didn't even bring out the caution, so kudos today for this package, bringing back this Xfinity car. It's one of the cars we ran so often about a year ago leading up to the PGR SummerSlam, which this car was at this track in that, and we have to be looking at that again and maybe doing the SummerSlam in this car because this is some fantastic work here tonight by these guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Kudos to the drivers because they're what are making it happen at this point. So,
well, you were out there, Heath. Tell us a little bit about it. I mean, I know you weren't there maybe in the 4 wide, but definitely probably in that 3 wide. How are these cars handling under conditions?
Actually, they're really stable. They don't seem to be bouncing around. I didn't feel like I was having any issue whatsoever. Not like the truck last night where it was super hot.
Well, one thing is, it's just like on Saturdays lately in real life NASCAR, and these Xfinity Series cars, they put on a lot better show than the next gens on Sundays. So, and here we are on a Wednesday night, RNR, and they're putting on a great show. This is probably one of the better races, best races I have seen, and man, I can't even tell you how long, and I'm just giddy up here watching these guys because I know we're going to see one heck of a finish here tonight as we're 3 wide. Malik Ray on the bottom, Nick Seipel in the middle, Garrett Maines now on the top, and you know, you got a lot of big names up here, and only one's going to get their car to victory lane tonight. Who do you guys see winning this race?
You know, honestly, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, not really on a limb, but on a solid pick, and I'm gonna go with Cody Nagel. Cody's due. He's a solid driver. He's always in the front. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't need any teamwork help. He can do this shit all by himself, and he's proven it over and over and over again. I'm going with Cody.
Well, yeah, James still thinking about it here. Let's see. James is going to go with. I know there's a lot of big names up here, but let's see who your pick to win is with 19 laps to go.
I'm going to have to go with Malik Ray or the good old 90 car D3. That's what I'm thinking. I think that little D3 is a sleeper tonight.
Yeah, D3's been making his way up here, and see him there in the middle lane right behind Matt Lee. And the third lane just seems they could get there. It's sometimes clear, but right now that preferred lane is the bottom and the middle, especially that middle. Middle's been strong here tonight, but, you know, Malik Ray, I'll tell you what, he linked up with Nick Seipel a week ago, and these guys gelling right now, bumper to bumper here as Malik Ray clears back to the bottom, Seipel here in the middle, and doing a really good job of controlling this field so far tonight. They have led a lot of laps, and we will see if Malik Ray can get to victory lane. And I like the Cody pick. Cody is definitely due. I know he won a little FEG race about a week or two ago, but he is due to win one of these big ones Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night. We'll see if
Absolutely.
the 6 can get to victory lane as we stay 3 wide, guys.
I put my money on Cody all day.
Well, it would be not a shock to see Cody Nichols go to back to victory lane. I'm not quite sure if he's even has a win over here at Ruff Neck Racing, but he's going to clear down to the middle. And one thing I'd like to see, guys, I think the one thing that could kind of put the icing on the cake here tonight is one green flag stop. And we were getting closer there in that last run and just didn't come to fruition, but maybe we get it here, and I'll tell you what, that would kind of put an exclamation point on a great night.
As in control as they are right now, I can see that happening. I'm not seeing any wild blocks or anything. Everybody seems to be really calculated on what they're doing tonight, which is a refreshing sight. So I think we are in store for a green flag stop.
Well, yeah, that would be awesome, and you know, too, it's one of those things. We watch the gyro cam here. And this is going to be Freddie Bazinez. Ooh, Freddie Bazinez. They're going to pit. Here they come down pit lane. And these guys coming early. They are going to short pit. They're going to get that fuel. That is a great move here. Malik Ray down pit lane. As is Steven Miles. Kyler Wynn. You know, these guys were thinking, hey, we're in that window. We're going to go now. And, you know, sometimes that's a great idea because if a caution comes out at any point right now, you know, they're going to cycle right back up to that front. So we'll see if that's going to bring the rest of this field down here, guys. And here come, we'll see if Nick Seipel does the same thing. It looks like 1 car, 2 cars. Few cars coming down here.
Like they're going to get together at the entrance of pit road.
2 in the grass. I believe Chris McCullough. I believe the 53 of Tony Brent.
Reckon.
We'll let these guys go. We do have a caution out on the racetrack, and we'll have to go back and go to that yellow flag here. So yellow out. Tucker McClendon involved. And we'll have to try to figure out 50. Is that the Kellogg's car here tonight in the 51? But looks like another tough break for Tucker McClendon. And that is Andrew Zanto. That's who that is. Andrew Zanto in the 51. And we'll see what happens here. Oh, yeah, Jared Haynes is going to turn Santo up the racetrack right into McClendon. So heavy right side damage to McClendon. And that is going to start here with the 51 getting pushed from Jared Haynes. You'll see it here in the chopper cam. And here comes the 7. Check up in front. They're all checking up. They're going to stack up. And that's going to stack up the 7 into the 51. Steinbach involved here in the 22 as he's right behind Zanto. Going to get in the rear of Zanto, back up into the wall for Steinbach. And we were just talking about those guys that pit. Hey, they got their service. They're going to stay out, and they are going to stay up front. And here comes your leaders. They won't be leaders for long. Here comes Nick Seipel, Brock Westermelin, Hunter Hasting, Garrett Maines, and many others down on pit lane. And that is going to cycle up all the drivers that took service. And Malik Ray, all those guys came in early. I talked about it on the broadcast. And hey, it pays off. And we will take a short break. 13 laps to go. And when we go back green, there'll be 11. So don't go anywhere. We have a long way to go to find out who will be in victory lane here tonight. It's been one of the better races we have seen in some time. Go get some popcorn, pop there. Grab a cold one. And we'll be right back here live on the PGR eSports Network. Back here live at Talladega Superspeedway. Your new leader in the front, that's Steven Miles. Malik Ray on his outside. Malik Ray been in the front almost all night long. The pace car is going to dive off onto pit lane as we go again here. There'll be 11 laps to go when we hit the line. Get into the Geico restart zone. The flagman with the green flag in the air. He is waving it. Green flag back into the air at Talladega. Malik Ray with the lead. Here comes that 90. Daniel Eberhardt III. He has no help right now. He's waiting for Brian Hennings. Will Wynn go up? He will not. He's going to stay with Baznes. Michael Guest has been aggressive all night. We'll see if Michael Guest will make a move here to the top. He has been a mainstay here in the last month of Money Racing. Doing a great job. We'll see if Michael Guest can capitalize. Go back to victory lane. Two by two, but I'm sure, like we've seen all night, it get to 3 and even 4 wide. So don't go anywhere. I'm sure these guys are going to get racy very soon. But we stay 2 wide for now. 10 laps to go. A lot of guys in this field tonight. Couldn't get to everyone here tonight. We'll try to go through the field just a little bit. Freddie Basson as your leader. Malik Ray in second. D3 in third. We got a wreck farther on back. But do we? I think they... Oop, nope. Caution is out. Caution back out on the racetrack. Yellow flag. Cody Neagle's almost getting turned there. Looks like he was able to save it. And we'll go back to the time of caution. I believe Matt Lee involved in this one. Excuse me, I look for, I believe that's going to be Warren, if I'm not mistaken, right there behind Matt Lee. We'll get in a chopper cam. We'll slow this one down. Here comes the 76. Yeah, offset pushes Matt Lee. And that turns Matt Lee down the racetrack. That's an easy call right there. Matt does everything he could do to stay off Darnell, and Neagles he cannot. So Warren right there, probably going to get the EOL here late. Davenport involved. Matt Lee bounces off the wall. Cody Neagle's able to save it. So other than Matt Lee, it looks like everyone else gets through unscathed. But most likely a penalty going to be assessed there to the 76 of Warren. Thomas Parker in the chat here tonight, supporting PGR eSports. Man, thank you so much for that. We don't take this stuff for granted, and we appreciate the gesture from Thomas Parker. And if you want to throw a super chat or super sticker in the chat, please do so. Click the little money icon there where you chat and show your support for PGR eSports by sending a super sticker or a super chat. Any amount will go towards helping PGR eSports. We appreciate you guys each and every night of the week. And, man, you guys have came to watch a really great race here so far tonight. And I'm going to be seeking a broadcast partner, hopefully, to help me up here in the booth. Gets a little lonely at times trying to call the whole race and fill in all the spots to talk, but I have fun doing it. And maybe I'll get some other guys up here to get some cameos in and get some broadcasting experience and knowledge, and Yeah, I'm having fun tonight, I'll tell you that. This has been a really good racing. Still going to have some racing left here when we go back green. As Freddie Bazin as now your leader, Malik Ray, Daniel Albert III, Stephen Miles, Joshua McCullough up here in the top 5. Haven't talked about him. Haven't really seen him out here on the racetrack. And here he is when it counts for McCullough Motorsports, sporting the 29 Good Wrench scheme here tonight. Kyler Wynn, Brian Hennings, Michael Guest, Dylan Jones, Axel Smith currently rounds out your top 10. Jimmy Crow in the chat, badass race, and yes, it is. Not sure if you heard me earlier, Jimmy, but I said the shades of Friday night in SSK. And we were 4 wide for about 4 laps, maybe even more. That was some great racing. Kenny McCullough Jr. in 11th, Garrett Maines 12th right now. Nick Seipel has cycled back just a bit to 13th. Chris Melton in 14th. Daniel Falkingham in 15th. Brock Westermelin right now in 16th. Caden Diedrich in the 24. He is 17th. Cody Niegels in 18th. John Darnell, good to see him back out here on the track. Sporting the Wagoneers Welding on the side and on the hood. He is in 19th. Hunter Hastings of Ruff Neck Racing in 20th. Mike Davenport just outside the top 20. This is Jared Haynes. Austin Evie in the race here tonight. Austin Evie from Stuart Strath, Virginia. And right there in the 03 Budweiser, super clean paint scheme right there. Joe Thompson below him in the 33 Skoll Chevrolet. Andrew Zanto in the race tonight. Andrew Zanto from Darien, Connecticut. We'll see if Andrew Zanto can make some noise. Currently being scored in 25th. Ambrose Kniebel right behind. We saw him earlier here. Carrying that onboard camera is Ambrose Kniebel. Chris Ramsey in the chat here tonight, or sorry, in the race here tonight, in the all black 25. Dylan Basin in the 48. I haven't seen him in the front much, sporting that 11 Team Conti Toyota Supra. Mark Vondell, Chase Mistretta in the race from Florence, Mississippi, now resides in Colorado for Nightmare Esports. Tony Brent in 32nd from Waterford, Wisconsin. Co-owner of G4 Sim Sports. Tucker McClendon, Jeremy Osborne, Chris McCullough, Miles Bagley, Jeff Merck in the back now, Matt Lee as well, John Ward, and a slew of other drivers. Man, a big field here tonight as we get set to go back green. Pace car is going to dive off on pit lane. Could this be the last yellow of the night? Malik Ray, Freddie Bazin has lead them down. There'll be 6 laps to go here at Talladega as the green flag is back out. Who's going to win race number 3 of season 2 of Ruff Neck Racing? Bazin has already with the win on the season here, going for his second in just 3 starts. Stephen Miles behind. Malik Ray is shoved from D3. Now remember, these guys don't necessarily love one another, but they are going to have to help one another right now on the racetrack. Josh McCullough in position. And remember, it's the top 15, so all the way to Brock Westmoreland right now getting paid out. There is going to be a big race for that 15th spot here tonight. Two by two, no takers yet for 3 wide. We might have one farther back. Dylan Jones going to lead that 3rd lane with Chris Melton. Nick Seipel. Guest, here comes Kyler Wynn. They're going to split Stephen Miles and Baznes out wide. 3 wide with 5 laps to go. Down the backstretch, 3 wide. Hunter Hastings trying to link up here in the top lane as well. Brian Hennings has a shot here tonight. Nick Seipel, you see him, man, all these guys fight for the 15th spot. Lot to race for here in the closing laps here. And you know, though, it's could hopefully make them race a little bit different, being that there is 15 spots, but it could go either way. We'll see how it shapes out here tonight. Would love to see this one go green all the way to the end. 4 laps to go now. 4 laps to go. Ray, Bazinez win. All these guys right here racing together. They are doing a stellar job, and right now, looks like they're just going to park in front of this field and not let anyone by as Kyler Wynn's blinking just a little bit. But these guys right now holding off this field, I'll tell you one man is not going to let that slide. That's going to be D3 Daniel Eberhardt. He is going to push, and he is going to push hard as he can. He wants to clear that one if he can. At any point in time, these guys are going to start no lift pushing. It's only a matter of time. We got one a little bit farther back into the wall. No caution. They are going to save it. We stay green. Stay 3 wide. Garrett Maines now making some moves. They're all going to check up. Are they going to wreck? Daniel Falkingham nearly gets turned. They are going to hold it. 3 laps to go. Some accusations being thrown out here in the chat by Customized Wolf. I would assume Nathan Harper. And he's not happy with these 3 at the front. Parking in front of the field and not letting anyone by. But Gay, everyone has a bumper. We'll see how this one all shapes up. Stephen Miles, though, probably working with these guys as well. So these guys right now have this field on lockdown. Michael Guest, Dylan Jones, we'll see if they have something to say about this one. Daniel Eberhardt right there stalking the one of Malik Ray as we stay 3 wide. And right now, no one really able to pass these front 2 drivers. Bazinez Ray doing a great job holding them off. Kyler Wynn, 2 laps to go. If we get around one more time, take that white flag. This one will be official. Hey, real quick, guys, we are live on the broadcast. Is there 2 laps to go or just 2 laps to go, right?
Yeah, we're on lap 59.
Okay, just making sure we're reading everything right. And sometimes the scoring's a little off, but yep, 2 laps to go. If we get to the white flag, it will be official. We stay 3 wide in this one. Malik Ray battling hard on the bottom. He's got his teammate there in the middle. He is going to clear to the middle. Ooh, is he? Nope, he's going to stay down in front of D3. D3, I'll tell you what, he's not going to be patient for long. Ooh, there goes Axel Smith to the top. He was clear in front of Wynn. That's going to help him. We'll see how racy Wynn gets. He's going to push Axel Smith up here. Even with the leaders, white flag out. Final lap here on Wednesday night. Man, some awesome 3 wide racing. Malik Ray has led the most laps, I believe, here tonight. Can he get the job done? Can Axel Smith spoil the party? They are wrecking on back. We're going to stay green. We're going to race this one out.
I'm surprised D3 can keep pushing him. He's been yelling for the last 3 laps. He's hot.
D3 has to be hot. He has to be hot. He's been stuck behind the one this whole time. Miles, too, behind Bazinez. Here comes Axel Smith. Can Axel Smith get the job done? I don't think that 3rd lane's going to have enough. It's a drag race now between Bazinez and Ray. Bazinez to the line, and he wins here on Wednesday at Talladega.
And they held it together at the line. Nice job.
And Freddie Bazinez, your winner here, out of Miami, Florida, in the 20 Menards. He will take his car to victory lane here in race number 3. And guys, he is a multi-time winner now on the season in just 3 races. Freddie Bazinez goes to victory lane.
Freddie's a heck of a driver. Well, seems to find a way to get up there. Good finish.
Bazinez, Ray, Axel Smith spoils the party here on the podium. So great run from Axel Smith as Bazinez is going to go out here all the way down to the start-finish line and show off here for our viewers and the crowd here tonight. Mike Davenport, man, he blew in his engine or something there on the last lap. Smoking as the 20 now. Victory burnouts here for the young man.
D3 managed the top 5. Good for him.
Yeah, Stephen Miles 4th, D3 in 5th. Kyler Wynn 6th. Josh McCullough in 7th. Garrett Maines in 8th. Michael Guest in 9th. Cody Niegels. He's going to round out your top 10 here tonight. And We're going to get a word with these drivers here shortly as Freddie Bazinez back to victory lane. Live here on the PGR eSports Network. We'll be right back with you. Don't go far. Back here live at Talladega, Freddie Bazinez pulling into victory lane. We'll see if we can get a word with not only today's race winner, but Axel Smith and Malik Ray as well. We'll wait here for the drivers to possibly get up here in the interview waiting room. Right now, no one up here ready to get interviewed, so we'll stay put here and give those guys a few minutes here, and we'll go back here to that checkered flag finish. And what a finish it was on the last lap here as Bazinez gets the job done. 3 wide right here. Axel just didn't get the push he needed from Kyler Wynn. Eberhardt, I cannot believe Eberhardt. He had to be really hot there and somehow was able to get his car all the way to a top 5. But, payout positions were to that 15th spot. Chris Melton, the last payout spot, just ahead of Kenny McCullough Jr. Still looking for these guys to come out to the booth momentarily. Stick with us here. If we don't get a word with them, we'll give a little race recap here tonight. But there is your finish. Freddie Bazinez is going to inch just ahead of Malik Ray at the start-finish line. And that'll be 2 wins in 3 races for Freddie Bazinez, as he does damage on Monday night in the PGR Light Series, and again here on Wednesday in RNR Money Madness. And we'll bring up those race results. Freddie Bazinez to victory lane. Malik Ray, Axel Smith, 2nd and 3rd. That's your podium. 4th place, Stephen Miles, Daniel Eberhardt in 5th. Kyler Wynn in 6th. Josh McCullough in 7th. Garrett Maines in 8th. Michael Guest in 9th. Rounding out your top 10, that is Cody Niegels. 11th goes to Dylan Jones. Brian Henningsen 12th. Brock Westmoreland in 13th. Daniel Falkingham in 14th. Chris Melton in 15th. And those drivers are tonight's payout positions. In 16th, Kenny McCullough Jr., Chris McCullough in 17th, Caden Diedrich in 18th, Tony Brent in 19th, Chris Ramsey in 20th. In 21st here tonight, that's Jared Haynes, Chase Mistretta in 22nd, Mark Vandell in 23rd, Andrew Zanto in 24th, Ambrose Kniebel in 25th, Hunter Hastings 26th, Miles Bagley 27th, Jeremy Osborne in 28th, Dylan Basin 29th, and in 30th, Jeff Merck. John Ward here tonight, 31st. Matt Lee in 32nd. Joe Thompson, 33rd. Austin Evie, 34th. Tucker McClendon in 35th. Mike Davenport, 36th. Nick Seipel, he was up front all night long, 37th. Adam Young, 38th. Scott Warren in 39th. John Darnell in 40th. 41st, Michael Barksdale, Quentin Steinbach in 42nd, Sean Corbett, 43rd, Ash Brambilla, 44th, Heath Jobin, 45th, Sterling Thiessen, 46th, James Gildorf, 47th, Alex Hill rounds out your 48-car field in 48th here tonight. So that is your top 48, and we do have some drivers, I believe, now in the booth. So we'll bring up one at a time. I believe Axel Smith isn't here, so we'll bring up your runner-up finisher. That is Malik Ray in the one. Malik Ray, you got a copy.
Yeah, Triscaro, how you doing, man?
Oh, not too bad, man. I'll tell you what, I'm not doing too bad because I'll tell you, this is my favorite package, Xfinity Series Dega, and we just got to see not only 3-wide racing, but 4-wide racing for quite a few laps. Walk us through that exciting racing there near the end of the race.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous at the end of the race. It seems like as of late I've been in decent spots, but just at the end of the race I just end up getting, screwed over, or like I'll make the wrong decision. So like at the end of that one, I just tried to make sure that, I just made the safest decision and just stayed bottom the whole time. I didn't want to have to go middle and then risk trying to block the third groove. I just wanted to just stay bottom, and hopefully, it would pay off for me, and it did, so I appreciate it.
Well, yeah, hey, man, your team looked stout tonight. I know Nick Seipel didn't have the finish he was looking for, but all night long you see your drivers up in the front. Freddie Bazinez goes the victory lane, and anything you could do there to kind of get ahead of them there coming to the line, or was second place going to be all you can muster up there in the tri-oval?
No, I mean, second place was all I had there. I appreciate Dan for all of his hard work, and I think Dan had Josh McCullough behind him too, I think. So I appreciate each of their help there, because that's why I was able to stay like up front, like side by side with the the leader, and I was able to come home in a nice, safe, smooth P2.
Well, P2 here tonight, Malik Ray. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
I appreciate Wagoner's Welding and you guys for broadcasting. I appreciate both of you guys, so thank you.
All right, well, that was your runner-up finisher here tonight. We're going to bring up third place. That's going to go to Axel Smith. Axel Smith, you got a copy?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, man, you almost spoiled the party here tonight. You go to that third lane and just didn't get enough from Kyler Wynn there on that last lap. But, hey, man, nonetheless, a podium finish here in what was a star-studded field here tonight. Walk us through your race.
Yeah, in the beginning of the race, it was right before the race started. My controls were like really messed up, so I couldn't get to quali. So I started in basically dead last. It says 44th, and it was like 49 people. So I started in dead last. After that first caution that came out, I just stayed out along with other people. There were some people that pitted, and I got up to 25th place. Then after that, I had like one of my cleanest races like ever, and I was involved in like no wrecks, I don't think, and I just stayed up in the front. I was in the top 10 most of the race, just right off, probably like at lap 30 and up, I was probably in the top 10 for the rest of the race. And yeah, come to the end of the race, it looked like Kyler just didn't get enough push. It was 2 to go, I think. He didn't get enough push, and I just had room to go to the outside. So I took that room, and honestly, I'm really glad I did, obviously, because I got a P3 out of that. And if I didn't do that, I was probably going to blow up anyway. So no, it was very, very well timed.
Well timed it was, Axel Smith. A big payout for you here tonight, and that looks to springboard you here on Wednesday nights. Before we let you go, Axel, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Thank you to my parents for buying iRacing. Thank you guys for broadcasting, and thank you RNR for making this great series. This is super fun. Yeah.
Well, Axel, go celebrate that third place podium finish here tonight. Hopefully we're talking to you again soon.
Thank you.
And that was Axel Smith here. We're going to bring up tonight's race winner. That's going to be Freddie Bazinez. You got a copy?
Yep.
Well, Fast Freddy, I guess that's my new nickname for you, gets the job done on Monday night in the PGR Light Series. Comes over here, though, on a Wednesday night. 48-car field, star-studded, but Freddie Bazinez alone at the top of the leaderboard. Walk us through those moments there in the last couple laps of the race, dueling with your teammate Malik Ray, but ultimately you come out on top.
Well, yeah, last few laps, I mean, the whole team was like stacked up. We had like 2 cars in each lane besides the bottom, so we were just trying to make it all equal for all of us, and like just not screw one lane over. I mean, of course, at the end, Axel got in front of Tyler, and that kind of screwed him and Mike over. But I mean, I got the win, so I'm pretty happy about that. Wish could have been top 5 or like top 6. I could get some more money, but I'm cool with it. So yeah, pretty much that was a really clean race, one of the funnest that we've had in like a long time. So thanks to everybody who put on the show.
Yeah, that's what I was saying up here, just watching it 3-4 wide, man. 4 wide for about 4 or 5 laps. And it's that Xfinity car. I'll tell you what, it's got some netcode issues, but it provides some of the best racing here on the service and in money racing. But hey, back to victory lane, another payday for you this week, and hopefully could springboard that. Some more RNR tomorrow night, filling in for PGR. And obviously, a couple more races till the playoffs in the Light Series on Monday nights. This will be your maiden voyage in that Light Series. But hey, before we let you go here tonight, Freddie, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
But yeah, first off, thanks to Fields for not making it Wreckfest, because that was really fun. Thanks to all my teammates up there for sticking with me, especially Miles for the push at the end. That was great. Thanks to you guys, the broadcast, RC, Wagoner, everybody that puts on the show. Thanks to them. And that's it.
All right, Freddie, we'll go enjoy in victory lane with your team. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Freddie Baznez to victory lane. We went through our race results here tonight. We want to thank everyone for joining us here live on the PGR eSports Network. For myself, Michael Triscaro, and PGR eSports, we'll see you all soon. Thank you so much.